the geology of the mountain made it really difficult. And tunnels are mined, they're not really constructed. So the whole method of blasting and pulling the muck out, and they started with one method, which was there's the bench on the bottom and the arch. So they started on both ends, and they worked toward the middle to try to hole through. But at some point they had to change their construction method because there was really bad rock. And so when they came to this point in the construction where there was a drill that they were using called a jumbo, and it got locked into the mountain because the pressure of the mountain was coming down on it.
It wasn't like you just drew the plans and you built it. They had to continue to change their techniques. Instead of just boring one big hole, they had to do small individual holes, and then they had to shore those up and then keep opening up a little more. So it was a huge undertaking to just move forward kind of inch by inch by inch.
They would drill an 8-foot long tunnel, and they reinforced it with steel sets, which are these steel arches that go every 4 or 5 feet. And they got that all through the bad rock zone, and then they filled it with concrete. And they did another 8-foot long tunnel on top of those two. And they did 4 or 5 of them up and then arched across the top and just built an arch of these tunnels that were filled with concrete. And then when they finished that arch supported the mountain, and then they could get their shield through the bad rock because there was no more squeezing because that arch was supporting the upper mountain. And that's the engineering marvel.